welcome to the Historics Piece of Autumn auction. We are at Ascot Racecourse, just ahead of the auction itself, and we would love to see you here on our preview days. They are today, which is Wednesday, then tomorrow and Friday. Doors are open from 9 until 5. You can then also come to the auction itself. Doors open on Saturday, the 14th of September at 8:30. The first lot is up and ready to be sold at 9:30 a.m. We've got more than 150 lots on offer, including this Ferrari 612 Scaglietti and a special Aston Martin that I am going to find a little bit more about. When you come along, we've got this wonderful history file department where you can have a good snuffle through all of the paperwork of any car that you're interested in, and perhaps have a word with James Good himself. Hello, James.
Hello, Vicky.
So, an Aston Martin that has caught my eye. Tell me a little bit more about it.
So this is the V8 Vantage X-Pack, extremely rare. It is manual gearbox, V8, everything you'd want.
Yep.
And it belonged to JK of Jamiroquai. So it has pedigree, it has a fabulous history with it, which is all important, chronicled here in this fantastic file. We also have a service book, stamped right up until the 34,000 miles. It's only done 37,000 miles. It has a handbook, everything to do with the radio. It is everything you'd want in an Aston Martin. Iconic.
Exactly, and I know as well, JK is such a petrol head, and I know that he looks after his car so well.
He does.
So you can have peace of mind.
This is no exception. I mean, there's a picture here of the man himself. True great. I mean, he's a superstar, and so is the car which he had.
Oh. If I was interested in any other car this weekend, what should I be looking for when I come and look at the history file?
Make sure that the history file is commensurate with the car, everything you're told. Luckily this is, but you need to make sure as much as possible that the history is complete from day one, preferably. Some cars don't necessarily have that. This one just about has it with everything here, but it is important. And also, if it says it comes with a service book, do look in the service book, make sure you're happy.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Anything else that's caught your particular eye at this auction?
Plenty of things which catch my eye. I think probably the beautiful Bentley sedan car, which is very, very special. If you're into classics, especially the 1930s, that sort of thing, then that really is a fabulous car. Well,
I shall have a look at that on my way to Jay's Aston Martin. Thank you, James.
Pleasure.
Let's go. And here it is. It looks even more spectacular in the flesh. It is one of just 95 made, and of course one of just 2 in this lovely Litchfield black. The X-Pack of this car relates to certain upgrades, including some tweaks to the engine. There's a 5.3 litre V8 in there, and that has been tweaked to just over 430 horsepower. Now, you may have seen a V8 Vantage in the James Bond The Living Daylights movie. Sadly, this particular one comes with no extra gadgets, but it is mighty fine in its original condition. The estimate at our auction is between £355,000 and £400,000. Every petrolhead loves an M3, and here we've got a 1994 M3 E36. Under the bonnet is a 3 litre engine with not quite 300 brake horsepower, but it has got the E36 loveliness about it. Once you have driven one of these cars, you will want to buy one. The estimate for this one is £16,000 to £22,000. It is such a treat to see this car. It is a Ford Racing Puma, and it is quite rare because it's only one of 500 that were made, and it was built in conjunction with Tickford, the automotive engineering company. Under the bonnet is a 1.7 litre engine. It's got around 150 horsepower. 0 to 60 happens in around 7 seconds. It's got a lightweight chassis, tuned suspension, and this lovely bulbous and bulging bodywork. Prices for this at our auction are between £20,000 to £25,000.
Thank you very much, Vicky. So, kicking off with my picks, we kick off with a bang. It's lot number 178. This is a 996 GT3 RS Porsche. This kicks off the GT3 RSs that Porsche are making. This is the first generation of GT3 RS ever, and they actually only made 680 odd of these cars. These days, in Porsche terms, a run of 1,900, 2,000 cars is limited. Only 680 of these, and of those being right-hand drive, barely any of them. This particular car has only covered 38,000 miles with fastidious ownership, one former keeper, Porsche Club GB member, and the last service was actually with Porsche Centre Reading. They even waxed the underbody of the car. They replaced all the coolant hoses. You couldn't ask for a better cared for GT3 RS. It's in Carrera white, it's the spec with the iconic red decals and red wheels. Absolutely unbelievable piece of Porsche history and a surefire bet collector's item. Now, an exciting start, let's go see what else there is. From German then to Italian, although that said, I have actually just seen this. Obviously German, it's a 930 turbo. We're gonna come back to this. I'm not gonna leave this alone because that has really tickled my pickle. However, lot number 174 I wanted to show you is this 488 Spider in an incredibly rare spec. It actually reminds me of the first generation Aventador Roadster that came out. I don't know if any of you remember that spec. It's a beautiful light blue color with the cream interior. It's absolutely perfect. This particular example has only done 11,000 miles. It's got the all-important carbon driving zone inside. You've got the Scuderia shields, which are all important as well. And one little nerdy detail that most owners that spec their Ferraris from new, they go red or yellow. Calipers are silver on this. Very tasteful indeed. Now, let's go German again because I want to show you that 930 turbo from earlier. It's lot number 177. This is no ordinary 930 turbo. It's a 1980 variant, but the key thing about this car is very low mileage. It's only done 51,000 miles and it's just had 25,000 pounds spent on it. It's a 930 turbo. I don't need to say much more than that. It's of course got a manual gearbox. It is the 80s Porsche icon. In black, it looks absolutely amazing. It's solid black, which is almost kind of blacker than metallic black, if you like. It's lot number 177 anyway. And let's go and see, I think now, my final pick. Let's go. So I've been distracted. I'm a watch fan, as many of you all know. Andrew, hello. Andrew from vintageandprestige.com. How you doing?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
All good. Am I allowed to nose through what you've got here?
Be my guest, it's set up. So this is a selection of what we're going to have. So anything catches your eye, let me know and we'll have a chat.
Perfect, lovely stuff. So you guys are actually here. You're the official timing partner of Historics Auctioneers. So you're here all of the preview days. So if actually people come and look at the cars, they can come and have a little nose at some watches as well.
We're here opening to close on each preview day and on sale day. So we're, unlike the auction, we sell throughout the whole period. We don't have any of these in the auction. They're for sale, ready to go on any of the days that we are here.
Nice.
Or online on vintageandprestige.com if somebody can't attend.
Nice, could get dangerous. I'm actually going to have to step away from here very. Just give me a rundown of what you've got. What's your favourite?
You've got your wallet with you, surely.
It's got dust in it.
Don't tell me it's hidden. Would you like to have, I know you like a vintage Rolex.
I do.
This is one of my favourites. It's a 1967 GMT Master 1675.
Nice. Doesn't get much more iconic than that. That's condition's amazing though. Very cool. Right, well I'm in my overdraft, so I'm going to keep going and talking around these.
I'll see you
Nice to see you.
Have a good time.
Take care. Right. Watch-related distractions aside there, and I'm going to bring you over here because I want to show you this Lamborghini in the background, although, to be fair, quite a ravishing little trio here. Now, don't get too distracted because this Lamborghini is what I wanted to talk to you about. It's lot number 164, and this is a Gallardo Superleggera. You'll all know about the Gallardo. I think it's probably one of the most popular models that Lamborghini ever made. But the Superleggera, the super lightweight version, all carbon, stripped out, was actually only made in around 170, 180 units worldwide. And that actually transpired into about 13 of them being made in right-hand drive. That's the stats we can find anywhere and how many left. There's only 13 of these in right-hand drive. Extraordinarily rare car. It's in Nero Noctis, black, and you've got a black interior with kind of white and grey detailing in there as well. A very highly optioned car, so you've actually got the transparent engine bay there. You've got a piece of glass over the engine, seeing that wonderful even fire V10, which we're going to come back to. It's also got nose lift as well, a very desirable option on these, particularly when it comes to trying to respray the front of one of these. It's not much fun. It's only covered 27,000 miles. Don't miss your chance then. It is lot number 164, and this, as I said, has an even fire V10, which puts it in the same category as a Lexus LFA and a Carrera GT. It's up there with one of the best sounding cars of all time. Now, come with me, I don't want to lose you, don't trip over anything, because we're going to go and find Mathew Priddy, because we've got a Cosworth here, which you'll recognise from our driving video recently, and we have a Lotus Carlton. I'm sure he'll fill you in on all of these. I can't see him yet, but by the power of the internet.
Thanks, Tom. Right, my first one, lot 185. This absolutely gorgeous Ford Thunderbird. It is a 1957 example. It was absolutely stunningly restored in the States to concours standard some time back. It was then purchased by our vendor and brought to the UK, where it spent most of the time, of course, gracing UK shows. Sadly, he passed. This car's been in a garage and it's just recently been recommissioned and then given this full body polish where the chrome pops and the paintwork looks absolutely lovely. Estimated 28 to 35,000 pounds, bearing in mind that 99-point restoration in 2006, a desirable 57 model. It's achingly gorgeous. It's going to be very popular, especially if you're interior American. Lot 245, I'm a huge fan of these. It's even got the registration V12 OTA, and that's because it's got a V12 Lexus engine underneath. These here, and you probably won't know what they are basically Japan's answer to the S-Class, or the Maybach perhaps. They are fully luxurious status symbols. They're owned by the Yakuza, by the politicians. Everyone and anyone that is anything in Japan owned one of these cars. Now this particular one is absolutely stunning, and it's rare being a later version with that V12 engine. We've estimated 12 to 17. Doesn't seem a lot of money when you think of everything that's built inside it. 112,000 miles, probably because it's been ferrying the very important people of Japan around, but it is immaculate. It's absolutely stunning. And you just got to have a look at some of the added extras like soft clothes, like TV screens, everything that's thrown at these particular cars. I think they're fabulous. And for that kind of money, sort of Ford Fiesta, why not just be driven? Now, last but not least, this is lot 156. It's an American Le France, this particular one a Type 40 Speedster. Now these are very rare cars, but they're very interesting cars. Anyone that doesn't know, they were originally all fire engines. Now this particular one registered to Rhode Island in the States. It did its time there at another fire service before eventually it came to the UK, and then of course got fully rebuilt. Like any fire engine, 9.5 litre engine, chain driven. Fabulous piece of provenance. So this car is 108 years old, which is something. The actual American Le Frances have competed in every but one Paris to Pekin rally, so you know exactly what you've got to do if you purchase this. And if you do purchase this, we think you'll be paying between 40 and 50,000 pounds. Doesn't seem a great deal of money for a car with so much provenance and having had so much money spent on it with a fully reconditioned engine and transmission, of course. It's so interesting, I'm going to have to go and tell the other two about it.
Well, that gives you just a little glimpse as to what is on offer at the auction on Saturday. If you would like to make a bid, you need to pre-register in order to do so. You can do that by clicking the link here or coming to see us on the preview days or the auction itself on Saturday. We are also online when the auction goes live at 9:30 on Saturday morning.
Speaking of online then, there's exciting news because you can actually get pre-approved before you even bid on a car. So Charles and Dean have come on board as finance partner and they make the whole process super easy. As I say, you can get pre-approved, meaning that you can bid on a car, win the car and drive away very swiftly, which is great for all parties involved. On a final note then, make sure you're following on all social media platforms, be it YouTube, Instagram, and now TikTok as well. We love TikTok, don't we?
Dance for a TikTok.
We have to go over to TikTok to see me potentially gyrating. On that fairly strange note, thank you very much.
And see you soon. Bye for now.